The co-main event of UFC 311 between Umar Nurmagomedov and Merab Dvalishvili is getting more headlines than the main event of this fight card. This highly anticipated fight is raising tension among the fans as they excitedly await a formidable display of power, resilience, and grappling. The trainer of Khabib Nurmagomedov, Ali Abdelaziz, shared his opinion on the Umar versus Merab fight. Ali Abdelaziz thinks it's going to be a great contest and acknowledges the experience and skills of Merab vs5. According to him, Merab is a great boxer, and he knows he is up against a very tough opponent. Ali thinks that Umar is a great challenge for Merab, and that he is the only one in the division who can beat Merab to take the bantamweight title from him. Ali said at the end of the day it's a fight about who's favored and who's not favored. Merab is tough, he's a champion for a reason, but the reason why Merab didn't want to fight Umar is because as a champion you want to defend the title more. You want to make more money, and he knows that Umar is the toughest fight for him. Umar is a tough fight for everyone. Abdelaziz pointed out that Merab should be aware that as long as he keeps the title, he must defend it again and again. Ali added Merab is a smart guy, and he knows that as a UFC champion he has to fight whoever Dana White wants him to fight. The UFC sets the fights, not the champion. Ali further believes that Umar will beat Merab and claim his maiden bantamweight title. He said Umar possesses remarkable skills and enjoys competing against stronger opponents, according to Abdelaziz. Umar doesn't underestimate Merab, but he is determined to show why the UFC gave him this title shot and how much he deserves it. He added, I believe Umar is going to stop Merab personally. Because I know Umar, I've known him since he was 18 years old. I know what Umar is capable of. We don't underestimate Merab, but I believe Umar is going to go in there, do his thing, and have fun. He'll show everyone why the UFC gave him this chance. Fans are also expecting this to be a thriller between Umar and Merab, and many are hoping for a new champion in the class. Umar's coach, Javier Mendez, voiced his respect for Merab as a fighter, but was puzzled by his recent behavior. Mendez thinks that Merab, as the champion, should accept the challenge without hesitation. He said, as a fighter, you cannot pick who you fight. The UFC decides. Your job as a champion is to protect your title in the cage. Meanwhile, the current lightweight champion, Islam Makhachev, gave his prediction for the co-main event. He praised Merab's fighting style, his grappling, and his wrestling skills, but moved toward Umar as the better fighter. Islam mentioned, Merab knows his game very well and is good at it, but Umar is better everywhere, especially in striking. Umar is hungry for the title, and that makes him very strong and tough. If he manages to stop Merab's wrestling, Umar will surely become the new king. Umar Nurmagomedov also opened up about his feelings leading up to the fight. He stated that the tension between him and Merab has been unusual. He said, I don't think Merab is an angry person or a bad person, but I don't know why he's acting like this. I tweeted about the fight, but I didn't disrespect him. I just said, why don't you say my name? Umar thinks Merab is avoiding him because he knows Umar will be a tough challenge. On the other hand, Merab Deals 5 was allegedly upset about Umar's comments on social media. He felt disrespected and didn't like being called a fake champion. Merab said, I've always respected Umar in person and have had nice talks with him. I don't deserve disrespect. Of course he wants to fight for the belt, but calling me a fake champion and making other statements, it's unnecessary. Merab admitted that after UFC 306, when Joe Rogan asked him about fighting Umar, he avoided the question because he wasn't ready for this fight. Merab Deal's reluctance to fight Umar Nurmagomedov has raised eyebrows, with Umar believing this hesitation comes from fear. Speaking confidently about the matchup, Umar stated, Merab knows I'm not easy money. He wants to fight guys like Shah Ali or Peter Yan because they are easier opponents. He knows with me it's going to be a long night. He'll have to go into deep waters. I won't let him control me. Umar's words highlight his self-assurance and willingness to test his skills in the cage against one of the UFC's toughest bantamweights. His faith isn't unfounded. Umar has displayed an impressive combination of striking and grappling, which has many experts and fans labeling him as a future champion, in addition to thinking Merab is avoiding him. Umar voiced concern that the Georgian fighter might pull out of their highly anticipated fight. I wouldn't be surprised if he pulls out, Umar commented. I hope he doesn't, but the heat is on him. I have nothing to lose, but he has everything to lose. These statements underscore the mental battle at play leading up to this bout. For Umar, it's a chance to show he belongs among the elite of the division, while for Merab, it's a fight that could solidify his standing as a dominant champion or expose vulnerabilities that could tarnish his reputation, adding significant weight to Umar. Norma's claims, former UFC star Daniel Cormier has described this matchup as the toughest test of Merab Dvalishvili's career. Cormier, a highly respected analyst and former double champion, has consistently praised Umar's distinctive fighting style, stressing how it sets him apart from other Dagestani fighters who are traditionally known for their grappling prowess. Umar started as a striker first, and afterward developed his wrestling and grappling. He's not like Khabib, he's grown, and now he's an incredibly well-rounded fighter. Cormier explained this unique development in Umar's game has made him a particularly unpredictable opponent, unlike other fighters who may rely heavily on a single discipline. Umar's ability to blend striking footwork and grappling transitions seamlessly makes a difficult puzzle for opponents like Merab to solve. Popular MMA analyst Luke Thomas has also weighed in on this highly anticipated matchup, giving his expert insights and predictions. While Thomas slightly favors Merab's retaining his title, he does not discount the formidable obstacles. Umar presents Merab tried nearly 50 takedowns against Petten. He has a motor like no one else in MMA. Thomas noticed, highlighting Merab's relentless pace and unmatched cardio. However, Thomas also recognized the technical prowess Umar brings to the table, especially in areas like wrestling and scrambling. These parts of Umar's game, refined over years of training, have the potential to disrupt Merab's rhythm, especially in a fight that could stretch into the championship rounds. Former UFC bantamweight champion Elaine Sterling offered additional perspective, focusing on the crucial part of pace management in the fight. Umar will try to slow the fight down because anyone who tries to match Merab's pace likes to gas out. Sterling noted he emphasized that Umar's strategy would likely revolve around keeping distance using his kick effectively and avoiding prolonged exchanges that play into Merab's strengths. However, Sterling also acknowledged the unique challenges Merab presents. Rob's constant movement and intense pressure make him incredibly hard to pin down, Sterling said, pointing out that Umar will need to adapt quickly to keep up with Merab's energy and unpredictable approach as the fight gets closer. The stakes couldn't be higher for Merab. This bout represents a chance to solidify his standing as a dominant champion and silence any lingering doubters. He is known for his excellent cardio, relentless pace and ability to overwhelm his opponents with a high number of attacks. On the other hand, Umar enters this fight with a hunger for his first UFC title, determined to show that he is more than capable of dethroning me. His reputation as a dynamic and well-rounded fighter will be put to the ultimate test against one of the division's toughest rivals. Fans are eagerly counting down the days to January 18th, when these two elite bantamweights will meet in a matchup that promises to be both strategic and thrilling, with contrasting styles and a title on the line. This showdown has all the makings of a classic, leaving MMA fans buzzing with anticipation.